Hey guys, what's up? It's Otis with Max Facts Facts, and yeah, as you can tell, this card that you just saw passing around here, it's actually this one right here now in my hands. This video is going to discuss what happened with this card. Try to get to the point very quickly for you guys because this is going to be one of a series of videos where I'm calling out Beckett. I'm sick and tired of them right now, and you know what? Maybe they were a good company once in their lifetime, but from what I can tell right now, they're absolutely incompetent, and honestly, they're a sham. In my opinion, they're a complete sham. And a fraud. And the reason I say that is, you'll understand here in a second. So the card that you're seeing on the screen right now, that is a card that I purchased in April of 2023 off of PWCC. Now, what I cannot remember is it was either in an auction or it was in the Buy It Now in their vault. Either way, I remember buying it from their site, and my logs show on my data, it shows that I bought it from PWCC in April of 2023. It is a 1961 Fleer Elgin Baylor, and this was supposed to be a BVG8. Okay, so the issue with the BVG8, well, let me explain. So once these cards came in September of that year, I started vaulting with Golden, which was a huge mistake. And finally, in June of 24, we took all of our cards to Alt. And Alt has been vaulting our cards ever since. This isn't a discussion about Alt, so I'm not griping about them or anything else. It's just to explain why this card came to surface. During the vaulting process, Alt flagged this card and contacted me and said, hey, by the way, the cert that you have does not match this card. The cert on this card does not match the card. The cert on the label doesn't match. And I'm like, well, what the hell are you talking about? I said, no, this actually pulls up a 1989, 1990 Hoops Michael Jordan. And sure as shit, I go and here's the actual case it was in. And I look it up, and it's true. You can see right here. It is a 1989, 1990 Michael Jordan Hoops. And I'm like, what the hell? So I call Beckett. They're here in Texas, right? So I call them and I'm like, hey, what the hell's going on, guys? I mean, this card is pulling up Michael Jordan. It's not pulling up what it's supposed to. And I'm told that from the time that it was bought, which when I buy cards, I run the cert, so I know the cert passed because I made notes of the pop count and everything. And so it passed in April of 23, but between April 23 and like June or July of 24, they changed their software. They changed their system at Beckett, and apparently my cert got assigned to a Michael Jordan card. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But Beckett was cool. They were like, listen, send us the card. We'll pay for shipping. We'll get it reslabbed. We'll put a new label on it, and you get a new cert and everything. It'll be perfect. I'm like, no problem. So I sent it to them. Okay, and then this is what happens next. Shortly after they receive it, I'm going to read this here, but you'll see it on your screen. I received the following in an email. I had one of our senior graders who does a lot of vintage cards look at the Elgin Baylor card. We have a potential issue. Without cracking it and just a quick estimate, the card doesn't look like it would reach the current grade of an 8. Probably like a 6 to 6.5. That's in quotes, as he said, he being the vintage grader. So we can either keep it how it is with the serial number issues or crack and regrade case it with a new serial and silver label, but it most likely won't be an 8 at that point. What the hell is that? So I called and I'm like, all right, I need you to explain this to me. So we had a talk about it, and well, here's what I found out. I have two options, just like you read on the screen there, like you can read. I can either leave it like it is and keep the grade of an 8, knowing that the card is no longer going to be graded an 8 if it were regraded, and also knowing that the cert doesn't match the card, which means I've got to do two things here, right? If I want to sell the card, I have to first, in my mind, be okay that I'm selling a card that I know is not as valuable, or it's not supposed to be, or it's going to be regraded lower than it shows. And I have to either tell the guy that, or, which wouldn't make any sense if I'm not going to get it regraded. So then I'm going to dupe the guy. I'm going to dupe some unsuspecting guy into paying for a card that's not the right grade. And I'm going to also tell him, hey, but listen, don't worry about the cert either. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's like, it's Beckett's thing. They just said, look, just keep it like it is. So now I have a card that's not only has the wrong cert, but has the wrong grade. And Beckett's like, you have two choices. You can keep that, or you can get it reslabbed and graded, but it's going to come at like 6.65. First of all, I got to ask, why would it be okay to take a card back knowing the cert is wrong and the grade is wrong? right? So this is an integrity issue with Beckett now, right? So Beckett's like, hey, trust us, but we're going to let you put false bad shit out there to sell if you want to somebody else. It's okay. Or trust us, we grade really well, but we didn't do that on this card. So we're going to have to change it all. Either way, you're screwed. So think about it. Either you could be screwed or you could screw somebody else. But Beckett's cool. I was pissed. My next question was, I don't get it. Doesn't Beckett guarantee their work? No. What? The answer is no. Beckett does not offer a guarantee. That is what I was told during my phone call. So I gotta go, well, what the hell do you do? What asshats do you have working there that are so shitty that you guys don't even stand behind their work? Like, how is that possible? And what kind of company are you that you charge a lot of money to grade a card, but it's, what, 3 feet or 3 minutes after grading? If it's left 3 feet out the door, it's been 3 minutes. Sorry, at that point, could be an 8, could be a 7, could be a 2, could be altered. We don't know. What the hell is that? That's a sham. That's bullshit. That is fraud. That is putting something out there and willingly allowing somebody to take back a product that is listed wrong, labeled wrong, graded wrong, everything wrong, but have your company name on it so it should be trusted by the next idiot. I'm the idiot that bought it thinking PWCC was sure about their shit. I guess it's not their fault. I mean, I'm not saying it's their fault, although the 3 cards I bought from them around that time all came back screwed up from Beckett. I'm like, did you guys do this all in 1 month? So I'm like, what the hell? But I can't hold PWCC responsible because they're not graders. They do what we do. They trust the grading. So all of us hold Beckett responsible. So I contacted my lawyer. I'm like, sue the shit out of him. And he's like, listen, we can sue him. Fine, I don't care. But it's going to cost you more than what the card's worth. And he's like, I'm like, damn it. You're right. It will. And even though I'm a principle over profit person, it doesn't make sense to hurt myself more to sue them for 1 card. But I now have 3 cards with the same problem. A logo man that cost me a pretty penny. A rookie Gretzky OPG that cost me a pretty penny. And this card. What you see right here. I'm going to do videos on the other 2 cards as well because I'm not letting up. But I'm thinking, you know what? You guys need to be careful. Be very careful. Okay? When you're getting a BVG, OPG, Gretzky that has a 9 or an 8 or 8.5 like mine did, be careful, man. Because I promise you there's no guarantee on that card. And if those edges look too good, like mine do, Beckett automatically regrades it altered. What? Yeah. But I can't sell those cards and not tell people. So I'm doing this. So I took the card back. Right? You can see it somewhere up here. And I sent it to PSA. I'm like, fix this shit, man. Just grade it. And they sent me back one of these things, like these little plastic holder things, whatever it is, where you don't get it in a, I've got it laying around here somewhere, where you don't get it in a slab because it's altered. What? Yep. It's altered. Go figure. 2 cards from Beckett grading. OPG, rookie, Gretzky, and this card altered, but in Beckett slabs. How? It cost me a lot of money. I mean, a decent amount of money. I mean, it's 5 figures. So what I anticipate happening is, well, let's see. Maybe there'll be a class action against Beckett. Maybe as more people start getting their cards regraded and you start looking, look at your cards. Go grab them. If you have a BVG, and don't get me wrong, the logo man is a BGS. This is not an old card. I mean, meaning it's not a vintage card. And even those can't be guaranteed. Beckett doesn't stand behind any grades. They just take your money, throw a grade, and it's like, good luck, bud. See what happens. And I get it, guys. I get it, right? Go to Beckett when you have a thick card because they're easier on the grade. They're easier on the autos. They're easier on... Yeah, they're easier because they don't do shit. It's like they got Ray Charles grading each one of these cards. 10, 6, 4, 7, hut. 250, 250, 250, 250, 250. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. I just had Marcus Allen graded at PSA. This is a NFL Shield. I believe it's a game worn. This is a player worn or player used NFL Shield. Marcus Allen, 1 of 1. Came back 9-10. 9 card, 10 auto. There's no way in hell I'm giving this card to Beckett. So what? I get a 9-5? Well, maybe I get a 10-10. Who gives a shit? You guys that are wanting to pay all that money, I get it. And there are probably some legitimate Beckett cards. But you almost have to now take your entire collection and send it to Beckett and say, please verify the grades here. All of them. I want to know that before I sell this card to someone, this card is what you marked it as. A 10-10, a black label, a 9-5-10. I want to make sure that it doesn't come back altered. And that your guys didn't catch it. Altered. It's bullshit. I'm pissed. And you guys should be too. I don't care if you don't like PSA. I don't care what you think about grading. I don't give a shit if you think grading is a waste of time. Grading is a way to make sure we got an authentic card. It's real. It doesn't have any hidden bullshit like patches that were swapped out or something like that. And then once we pay for that service, we want that company to stand by it, their work. What is the point of paying people hundreds of dollars per card if they're not going to stand by it? Beckett, what is your purpose? You're always in the news for screwing shit up. Everybody wants to get pissed at PSA because they charge so much. Who gives a shit? At least they stand by their work. Seriously. And so it'll be interesting, right? Because Beckett's going to see this video, I hope, if they want to do anything right in this world, maybe they can start addressing this bullshit. They're going to see this shit. And they're going to have 2 options here. 1, lawyer up and sue me. Go right ahead. Sue me for slander. If I'm lying, you have every right to. Go ahead. You won't, because it's not a lie. I'll bet you it's not. If anything I've said here is not true, if any claim I've said, anything about Beckett is not true, Beckett, I'll make you a deal. I'll take down the video, issue an apology, and I'll send $10,000 to you. Because that's the bet I'm making on this card right here in my next video. 10 grand, I'm putting it up. I'll send $10,000 to you, Beckett, so you can give bonuses to people. Or fucking just teach your management how to run a company or learn how to run a company properly. If I'm wrong, I give you my word, 10 grand, and I issue an apology. Watch. I'm not losing 10 grand, and there will be no damn apology from me. There are going to be 2 more videos detailing 2 more cards I got screwed over because of Beckett. They suck. Now, I have cards graded by Beckett, and I am doing my best to make sure those cards are legitimate. And I'll be honest with you guys, I mean this. If PSA gets a hold of this video, I mean it. If PSA will make me a deal to regrade all my cards, I mean, there's probably of the $2.5 million I have in cards, 20% are Beckett, maybe. If PSA will make me a deal, work with me somehow to get them all regraded by PSA, damn right, I'll do them all. I mean, I want to go with a company that stands behind their work. That's why when somebody says to me, I had a guy, listen to this. I had a guy, there was a Buster Posey card. I have the 1 of 5, 2008 Bowman Chrome draft picks, whatever it is, Buster Posey red, auto. Okay? It's worth a lot of money. A 9.5 Beckett with an auto 10 sold for $28,000 a few months ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Mine cost $44,000 and after fees. And mine is a PSA 9. And the guy says to me, that 9.5 is better than the 9, so I'll give you like 24 for your card. I'm like, what planet are you fucking from? I mean, I get 9.5 as a higher number, but mine's guaranteed. I got a company standing behind me. Mine's a 9.10. You have a 9.5, 10 Beckett? Go fuck yourself. So I said, go send it back to Beckett and see if they still give it a 9.5, 10. You could look at it and tell it probably wasn't going to get it again. You could look. It's an older graded card. And I had somebody at the recent card show I went to in Dallas offer me a gorgeous looking card, a 10-10 Beckett. I think it was a Herbert or something like that. I'm like, hey man, cool. But before I buy it, I'm going to take it to Beckett and I want them to verify the grade. Now, do I stand by that? Yeah, I think that's pretty much a quick fix, like to make me feel good that, all right, at least I had new people check the old people's bullshit. But would I prefer it in a PSA? Hands down, any day. Why? Because there's a guarantee. Talking about $10, $20, $30, $40,000 cards, and you don't get a guarantee? You know what you get? You get a swift kick in the ass for being stupid like me and trusting that a company stood by their work. You don't do that, Beckett. You suck. It's a shame you're in Texas, too, because Texas is a great state, but we still house some piece of shit ass hats, and you guys happen to be one of them. You've cost me a lot of money, and I'm praying that the other cards that I have that are going to be getting regraded or at least re-inspected, because I can't sell a card if I doubt if I doubt that it's going to achieve the grade it achieved or the grade that it has. What do I want to screw somebody over for? What? Karma go bite you in the ass 100 times over. That's just wrong. So these 3 cards, by the way, I could have left them all in Beckett slabs. Kept the grade Beckett again. 9.5 logo man. I didn't. Because it's not right. I'll take the hit. It pisses me off, but I'll take the hit. Let it be me instead of somebody else. All right, Beckett. Guys, that's it. It's 17, 18 minutes of video. This is me ranting. This is video 1. This is bullshit. Video 2 is worse. Video 3 is even worse. But the worst of all, that fucking company. PSA, if you're willing to help me out, man, please. I would love a deal just so I can see where we're at. Thanks, guys. Talk to y'all soon. Please be careful, okay? Don't get stuck like I did.